At the very top of the handheld mountain sits the AYANEO Pocket S, a device that blurs the line between a gaming console and a flagship smartphone. It runs on the Snapdragon G3X Gen 2 processor, a powerhouse chip that barely breaks a sweat running demanding emulators. With up to 16 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM and storage options that go all the way to 1 terabyte, it feels like holding a mini PC in your hands. The 6-inch 1080p IPS display is crisp and vibrant, bringing new life to old classics. Games like The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, Persona 3 Portable, or Resident Evil 4 look absolutely stunning here. Smooth, sharp, and without frame drops. Sure, at $400 it's not cheap, but it's the one device that can truly handle anything from NES and SNES to GameCube and even some early PlayStation 3 emulation, if you're brave enough to tinker. The AYANEO Pocket S isn't just a retro handheld, it's the future pretending to be nostalgic. Sliding just beneath that throne is the Retroid Pocket 5, and this one's all about balance. It runs on the Snapdragon 865 with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigs of UFS 3.1 storage. That combination makes it lightning fast for its price. The 5.5-inch AMOLED display pops with deep blacks and rich color, which makes games like Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, Metroid Prime, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 feel alive. It runs Android 13 out of the box, and it's one of the easiest handhelds to set up. Just download your favorite emulator, and you're ready to go. For around $200, this is the sweet spot. It's the console for people who want high-end performance without the AYANEO's premium price tag. Most gamers will stop here, and honestly, that's a smart move. If the Retroid Pocket 5 is the smart middle ground, then the Mangmi Air X is the stylish underdog that wants to be noticed. It's powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 662 and comes with 4 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of storage. It's running Android 14, which makes it surprisingly modern, and the 5.5-inch Full HD IPS display looks fantastic. It can handle everything up to Dreamcast and lighter PlayStation 2 titles, and its form factor is comfortable enough for marathon sessions of Chrono Trigger, Street Fighter Alpha 3, or Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. For just around $130, the Air X is perfect for gamers who want sleek design, modern Android apps, and decent emulation power in one neat little package. Then there's the Powkiddy X28, the reliable workhorse of the retro world. It runs on a Unisoc Tiger T618 processor with 4 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of internal storage, and Android 11 at its core. Its 5.5-inch display is only 720p, but it's bright, smooth, and perfectly adequate for retro games. This console doesn't try to be fancy. It's not for bragging rights, it's for playing. Titles like Crash Bandicoot, Super Mario World, Tekken 3, and Sonic Adventure run great on it. For about $130, the X28 is that steady, dependable handheld you can toss in your bag and know it'll just work every time you power it on. A little further down the ranking, you'll find the MagicX Zero 40, or what I like to call the indie handheld. It's powered by an all-winner A133P processor with 2 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigs of storage. It's compact, running a 4-inch IPS display with a resolution of 480 by 800, and it runs Android in a lightweight 64-bit setup. Now, this isn't a powerhouse. You won't be playing God of War 2 on it. But for classic titles like Super Metroid, Mega Man X, Earthbound, and Pokemon Emerald, it performs beautifully. It's fun, affordable, and has that retro charm that's hard to hate. Priced around $90, it's perfect for those who just want to relive the 16-bit era on the go. If that one's small, then its younger sibling, the Ampown MagicX Mini 028, is downright tiny. With the same all-winner A133P processor and 2 gigabytes of RAM, it packs 64 gigs of storage and a 2.8-inch IPS screen with a resolution of 640 by 480. Yes, it's small, but it's also ridiculously portable. You can literally fit it in your pocket, and it feels like a modern Game Boy Micro. It's only about $50, so it's a fun impulse buy, or even a great gift for someone just getting into emulation. It's not powerful, but it's got heart, and that counts for something. Moving into the more retro purist category, the Trimui Smart Pro is a handheld that knows exactly what it wants to be: simple, classic, and functional. Running on the same all-winner A133P processor with 1 GB of RAM and 8 GB of internal storage, it also includes a micro SD slot for up to 256 gigs. The nearly 5-inch 720p IPS screen looks great, and it runs a lightweight Linux-based operating system. That means quick boot times and stable emulation for older systems. At around $90, it's built for purists who value nostalgia over next-gen features. It's reliable, easy to use, and perfect for those who just want to pick up and play without tweaking settings for hours. As we move lower in the ranking, we reach the R36S, a cult favorite among budget gamers. It's powered by a Rockchip RK3326 processor with 1 GB of RAM and runs a custom Linux firmware known as ArcOS. There's no internal storage, but it comes with a micro SD card, often 128 GB, that's preloaded with thousands of classic games. Its 3.5-inch 640 by 480 IPS screen is perfect for the 4:3 aspect ratio of older titles. This handheld excels at running systems like NES, SNES, Sega Genesis, and even PlayStation 1. It's small, affordable at just around $60, and it does exactly what it promises. No more, no less. The R36H takes everything the R36S does and flips it horizontally. Same processor, same 1 GB of RAM, same Linux-based OS, just a different form factor. Its wider grip feels more natural for longer gaming sessions. It also has dual micro SD slots and a slightly larger battery than its sibling, which gives it an edge in comfort and endurance. Priced around $70, it's the go-to choice for anyone who prefers the Game Boy Advance style layout over a vertical design. And finally, rounding off the list is the Anbernic RG CubeXX, the quirky square handheld that dares to be different. It uses a Rockchip H700 processor with 1 GB of RAM and 64 GB of storage, and it runs a Linux-based OS. The 3.95-inch 720 by 720 IPS display is a perfect square, giving retro games a pixel-perfect 1:1 aspect ratio. It's a collector's dream, small, well-built, and visually unique. But make no mistake, this isn't built for high performance. It's a nostalgic toy, a showpiece, something you own because it feels special, not because it can outperform the competition. So after testing them all, the conclusion is simple. If you want the ultimate experience, go with the AYANEO Pocket S. It's expensive, but unmatched. If you want the best mix of performance, price, and comfort, the Retroid Pocket 5 is hands down the best option for most people. For budget gamers, the Mangmi Air X and Powkiddy X28 offer incredible bang for your buck. But no matter which one you pick, remember, the best console isn't the one with the strongest specs. It's the one that makes you smile when the startup chime plays and takes you back to simpler times. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button right now and drop a comment telling which handheld you'd pick up for yourself. Until next time, keep gaming smart, stay curious, and may your save files never corrupt.